Hello, WhatCulture, it's me, Simon Miller, and it's Tuesday, and you know what we do on a Tuesday. On a Monday Night Raw is War, or Monday Night Raw, whatever it is called these days by the WWE, airs on that thing called the television. And we all watch it, and some of us don't watch it, but we come here, we all come here. And if you don't come here, make sure you come here, so we can give all the good bits an up, and we can give the bad bits a down, and put to bed what we thought of the episode. Let's do just that. Let's get it done. Let's ups and downs. This arm, pull it back. For Monday Night Raw. The start to Raw is going to get broken down into two segments this week, mainly because the first bit is a down. Roman Reigns came out and talked a load of smack about beating Samoa Joe last week, and also made sure to underline that the Shield are still together and that he loves Dean Ambrose, which is a stupid thing to say, because even if they are still together, it is definitely fractured by this point. I mean, Roman Reigns got ill, now Dean Ambrose is out for like 72 years. If I was WWE, I just wouldn't talk about the Shield now. Just move on forward down that roller coaster. This led to Jason Jordan coming out, and he's still doing his thing where he's trying to pretend that he's actually a part of this group. It's kind of funny and it kind of worked, but also kind of didn't work, because here you have Roman Reigns and Jason Jordan. They're getting booed by everybody, and yeah, it was just a bit of a flat segment. Seth Rollins then arrived to complete this trio and take a few shots at Jordan himself, and the whole point here was trying to establish that, yeah, they're kind of together, but they're kind of not. But fair play to Jason Jordan, he stood tall despite all the controversy. It then all turned on its head, mind, because Finn Balor, Gallows and Anderson came out and officially made it official, that's right, I said officially made it official, that the Balor Club is a real thing. It wasn't a one-time thing last week. This is here to stay. So no. As you can imagine, this then led to both groups arguing who was the better three-man team, and everybody basically rolled their eyes at Jason Jordan, especially where he said, well, you can be the Balor Club, it will be the Championship Club, or some crap like that. Kurt Angle then appeared and of course made a 6-man tag match for later on the night, which was a bit stupid because surely this was something we could have built to, but anyway, the Balor Club are now an actual thing on Raw, and that's alright by me. Our first match of the evening was then Sasha Banks and Bayley going against Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose. Ow! It's getting her down. The match was fine, but Banks made Mandy Rose tapped out in the back statement, and I don't understand that at all. A few weeks ago, Absolution was supposed to be this dominant group who were coming in from nowhere and they're going to take over the women's division. Now they're just losing random bouts on Raw. All these ladies are going to be in the Women's Raw Rumble though. So there's that. A quick up for the 25th Raw anniversary video that WWE then played, which did go back in time and reminded us of when Vince McMahon was in the hospital and Mankind was trying to cheer him up before Steve Austin appeared and hit him with that bedpan. Still wonderful, still enough. They also announced that Ron Simmons, JBL and the Dudley Boys will be on that special show. Awesome. We went nuts after this because then Goldust, who apparently is now a part of 205 Live, even though that makes no sense, gave a pep talk to his new best friend Cedric Alexander. Because I'm an idiot, I'm giving this an up. Now don't get me wrong, this was weird and maybe even straight up bad. But seeing Goldust dressed up like Mickey from Rocky and then quoting Rocky lines at Cedric Alexander to try and get him all G'd up for his title match with Enzo later, it made me laugh. Because I'm a moron. At the very least, it does make all this Cruiserweight stuff a bit more entertaining, and right now, that is alright by me. A big up after this as Woken Matt Hardy finally made his WWE in-ring debut on Raw, and I enjoyed that a lot just because I enjoy Woken Matt Hardy. He beat Kurt Hawkins in about, 8 seconds. It was a big squash match, but the point was, here he is, he's wrestling, and he's crazy. I'm not sure if I enjoyed what came afterwards though, and that makes me sad, so yeah. So down. But Bray Wyatt teleported into the ring as he's wont to do, and then him and Woken Matt Hardy just did that laughing thing they always do, but this time they did it in the squared circle. A part of me thinks that maybe we could be a bit more inventive than this, and maybe this was 1 week too much just to laugh at each other. But what do I know? Elias arrived next to do his usual singing routine, and then from nowhere, he was interrupted by The Miz for a Miz TV segment. That did feel a bit like a bit of a freight train, just going boop, and pushing that away. I didn't really see how that segued together, however, isn't up. Nothing special aside from The Miz reminding us that he's been away, all of his achievements, he's going to be in the Marine, he got voted Wrestler of the Year by Rolling Stone, and as he did all of this, Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas kept trying to win his affections. That was actually quite funny, especially, and this is the highlight, when Bo Dallas gave The Miz a framed picture of The Miz and then said, "Don't know how I'm going to sleep without that later." Good line, Bo Dallas. Good line. The main point of it all was that The Miz feels like he got screwed out of his Intercontinental Championship and now he's going after Roman Reigns. And this was all good because The Miz can talk. What a 2018 jogger. A quick up for the backstage segment between the Ballet Club. They just reminded us about their past, said what they wanted to do in the present and the future, and then did the too sweet sign at the end. Nice all round. It was then time for the Cruiserweight title match, and alas, not Elias, that's getting it down. It was the finish that mostly sucked, because after Enzo had been knocked outside, Cedric Alexander hit a somersault from the ropes, and this made Enzo's ankle hurt, and he started to act like, oh no, my ankle hurts. As it turned out, it was hurt too bad, he couldn't get in the ring, which means Cedric Alexander won by countout, but that also means that Enzo is still the championship. That is a rubbish finish, especially because Alexander stood there and acted like he didn't even care. This division, man. This division. A huge up following this though, because it was confirmed that on the 25th anniversary of Raw, that's in a few weeks' time, we're gonna get Triple H, we're gonna get The Undertaker, we're gonna get Shawn Michaels, we're gonna get Ric Flair, and we're gonna get Stone Cold Steve Austin. And Jerry Lawler, and JR. That's gonna be a good show. Amazingly, I did enjoy the Daft Enzo segment that came next, so that's getting an up. But Enzo was in the training room complaining about his ankle. Nia Jax walks in, obviously he fancies her, so he no-sold it, and then as soon as she left, he screamed in pain. That was alright. We then had some Women's Royal Rumble teasing as Kurt Angle was on the phone saying that one participant who's in it hasn't wrestled in years. That was quite exciting. I actually want to see who it is, so that's an up. Plus we did book a match between Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan against the Bar at the Royal Rumble for the tag team titles. And while that is good because it makes sense in the story, it's a down because I don't want to see this again. Miz also seemingly got his IC title shot against Roman Reigns on the 25th anniversary Raw show. That's fine. And a huge down after this because then Titus O'Neil and Apollo Crews beat the Bar. What? It was clean too. O'Neil pinned Sheamus with a roll up out of nowhere, and all of Titus Worldwide, as you could expect, went mad. Why did we do this? And why did we do this weeks before the Bar, Sheamus and Cesaro, are meant to have a title match against Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan, who are the tag team champions? I guess maybe it means we're going to add Titus Apollo into that bout, and I guess that's okay because it means they can take the loss, and at least we're not just seeing the Bar versus Jordan and Rollins again. But what was this? What has Apollo Crews and Titus O'Neil done in the last few weeks, months, years? Nothing. And now they just beat the former tag team champions. This is like Jinder Mahal, this. Why couldn't we build to this? Build. Don't know why I did like that. That's like a musical instrument. Yeah. But just do that. Do that. Do that. An awesome segment came next though. It started so innocently and it did build so wonderfully. Getting enough. It was your usual Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman promo, and Paul Heyman was putting over Brock Lesnar as the beast that he is and saying that come the Royal Rumble, it doesn't matter what odds you put in front of him, Lesnar will always find a way. But then Kane came out of nowhere and smacked Lesnar in the face, and the two brawled backstage, and who did they bump into there? That's right, Braun Strowman. From here, Braun went potty and he laid waste to both men, and it was really violent, and tables got broken and objects landed on people's head, and it was so bad that Lesnar did a stretcher job and Kane could barely stand up. Naturally, Brock refused to go to hospital, but I thought this did an awesome job in getting us excited for that triple threat match. It's just three big dudes and all they want to do is try and murder each other. That's what it should be all about. So I say kudos to WWE here. You get 2 thumbs up. Then Samoa Joe made Rhino tap out to the Kikita clutch. Okay, excellent. Up. Another proper up though, because Samoa Joe did another one of those promos that makes me want to sing from the deepest part of my lungs, and during it, he called out John Cena at the Royal Rumble, and I am all about that. Joe is great. And I like what came next, you know, so that's getting it up as well. But after a brief moment backstage where Alexa Bliss did manipulate Nia Jax into making her think that Asuka had said nasty things towards Jax, Jax interrupted Asuka's entrance and beat the shit out of her. Liked it. She left her laying, and for the first time in ages, Nia Jax came across like the monster she's meant to come across as. And if we are getting a match next week on Raw, and I think we are, and Asuka finds a way to overcome those odds, I'm alright with that too, which is the tagline of this video. I'm alright with that. We then did get our 6-way between the Balor Club and this new version of the Shield, and it's gonna get up. The story throughout was, of course, that Jason Jordan kept being an idiot and getting himself in the way to the point that him and Roman Reigns had a big argument. But because they were arguing, that distracted Seth Rollins, so Balor attacked him and he pinned Seth Rollins, meaning the Balor Club got the win. And that's awesome, and it hopefully means the Balor Club is actually going to become a big deal. Finn is over. And then the Miz came out and they laid out Reigns, Rollins, and Jordan too, and that was good because it ties into the IC title program when the Miz was mad and he got his revenge after the Shield did that to him before he did leave to go and film the Marine. I thought this was a solid finish to Raw, and I thought it was a solid episode all round. I thought we built things well. I think I'm quite excited for the 25th anniversary show. We actually had a women's angle that was focused and specific and didn't include everybody. This was pretty good, I thought. What a happy start to 2018. Now don't forget to leave a comment below and let us know what you thought about last night's Raw. Then you like the video, that's the thumb. Then you subscribe, that's the subscribe button. And you leave a comment, and that's that box that sometimes when you're writing in, you're really furious. Then make sure to head on over to WhatCulture.com and read yourself some articles, wear your glasses if you need them, and head on over to Twitter, that's social media, and follow WhatCulture at WhatCulture WWE. My name is Simon Miller. My hands have gone crazy this video. I'll see you tomorrow when we up those SmackDown downs.
So, thanks for watching. Please feel free to click on any of these things around my head, or something terrible might happen to the dog. Too sweet me, bro. Traitor. Traitor.